right? To be good at using AI, you need to be a good communicator. I need to be able to tell the AI what I want it to do, the way I want it to do it, and what I expect in return, and then it will do what you've told it to do. So when we create prompts, we're not using AI like we would Google. What's the closest restaurant to me, right? Or some simple little question. We're trying to give it a whole lot of information so that it can actually work for us to help us process through information well. And so in order to do that, we use a framework. There's lots of frameworks. They all do the basic same thing. Here's a framework that we use. You need to define the role. You need to provide it with context. You need to give it a task. And you need to tell it how you want that information to come back to you. Right, now there's lots of frameworks. There's a RICE framework. There's several of them, but they're all basically the same. What you're telling it is, here's how I want you to act. This is your role. Here's the context of what I'm trying to accomplish. So I'm giving it all the parameters that I want it to operate under. And then here's the thing I want you to do. And I want you to give me the information in this format. Where I want it a list, I want it as a text, how do you want it, right? So the role in this format, it's telling it who you are. You're a copywriter, you're a financial analyst, you're a social media manager, you're a digital marketing agency, you're a customer service expert, you're the owner of an engineering firm. Like, you tell it what it is. All right? So as an example, this would be an example of a role. You are a senior construction project manager with 15 years experience. You specialize in commercial construction projects. Right? So I've defined the role. You are this expert, you have this knowledge, you have this experience, you understand these things. This is who I want you to function as. And the reason is because AI has been trained on data. And so when I begin to tell it this information, it's going to sort of navigate to that data pool to start drawing information out of. Okay? So we want to clearly define the role. I want you to act as a marketing agency that specializes in helping small businesses grow to go from 0 to 100 customers in the financial marketplace. Just tell it what you want it to be. In other words, imagine you're sitting across the table from a consultant. Describe that consultant. Okay? That's the role. C is for context. Context is, what is the situation? Like, who is the audience? What is the goal? So I'm trying to provide, it narrows the understanding and the situation so that the target audience will be able to receive the information I'm creating. It makes sure that the tone is right, the content is right, and that it's all appropriate for the message you're trying to do. So like, here's an example. If we continue our previous one here. So we're launching a new line of organic, minimalistic skincare products. Our target audience are Gen Z who are socially sustainable and they want clean ingredients. So I've defined the scope. Here's what I'm trying to do. You're a marketing person, you do this. This is the context of our conversation. So you limit the context. You're defining parameters. So now the AI knows I need to make sure I'm speaking Gen Z language. I know I need to be making sure I'm talking about sustainability, clean products. I know I need, like, you've provided it with a contextual structure from which to operate. The T is for task. What do I want you to do? Explicit, specific. I want you to write this thing. I want you to summarize this thing. I want you to compare, contrast. I want you to analyze. I want you to bring. What is it that you want the AI to do based off of the role that you've given it, based off the context that you've provided it? What is it? What is the task at hand? Are we creating a blog post? Are we creating a product line? Are we analyzing some kind of data that we've gotten from some project that we've been working on? What is the task that you want it to do? So for example, write a compelling email subject line in 3 body paragraphs asking for year-end donations. Right? So if you're running a nonprofit, I want to have a role that defines the nonprofit. I want to define a context that talks about our end of year giving. And then I'm going to give it a task. I want you to write a compelling. And then I would probably spend more time. I want a compelling subject line that's going to increase the likelihood that somebody's going to click. I want them to open that email. I'm going to include the hook on that email. It's going to increase the likelihood that somebody's going to read my email, right? I'm providing it with the tasks that I want it to do, and I'm being detailed about it. Here's what I want. I'm not just being generic. I'm trying to really, this is the human part. I'm using my brain based off of my years of experience, my knowledge base to help give the context and the task that I want this thing to do. Think of AI as a really good intern. They don't have a whole lot of knowledge. They're not really super smart, generally speaking, in terms of your business, but they can follow instructions, right? And the last stage of this prompt is format. How should the output look? Do you want it as a bullet list? Do you want like a 100-word table? Do you want it to be in a specific tone? Do you want a specific voice? Do you want it in a specific way? Is this copy? Do you want it in a blog format? Is it email? Like what? How do you want the end result to be? Like, do you want it with emojis, without emojis? Right. So, for example, the tone must be motivational, empathetic. The output must be a 3-column table with action step, resource needed, and estimated time, and limit the total word count to 150. Like I'm giving it some very specific formatting structure that I can get. Put it in a table that I can import into Excel. Put it into a document or format that I can copy and paste into Word. I want to tell it what I want. I don't want it to wonder. I don't want it to go make stuff up, because it will. AI will hallucinate, because here's the deal. AI is simply a really highly sophisticated autocomplete. That's what it is. But it's really good. Although, you know how you're texting somebody and you're like, oh, dang, autocomplete. It's a lot better than in Messenger, right? I mean, it's really sophisticated. But that's all it is. And so I need to provide it with a lot of details, a lot of information, so that I will know that the output that it gives me is quality. All right? Hello there, sir. Lunch boxes over here. Drinks are available. Feel free to grab what you got there. Nice to be with us. So this would be a bad prompt. If I opened up ChatGPT or Gemini and I said, write me a post for LinkedIn about using AI for business. Bad prompt in, bad output. I don't have a role, I don't have a context, I don't have a target, I don't have formatting, I don't have any information other than this is the thing you would probably put into Google. I'm looking for a LinkedIn post to go for bad prompt. Not enough information. I haven't put enough human thought into this to provide the instructions for my intern to know what I want him to do or she to do for me, for it to do for me. All right? This would be a better prompt. I want you to act as a small business operations consultant. You can give it more detail, 15 years experience. My audience are local businesses owners like coaches and retailers who are skeptical of tech but worried about wasting their time. The focus is saving 5 hours a week. That's the context. How can I help them save hours a week? Write an engaging professional LinkedIn post. That's the task. And this is how I want it. I want you to use 4 paragraphs, include 2 relevant hashtags, and a question to drive comments. Now, that will get you a much better result than that will give you. Now, will it give you the perfect result? Maybe not. So I then go back and I go, okay, I'm going to edit this. I need to give it more detail, more context, more something, so that it gives me better outputs. Maybe it does give you a really good output. You find one you really like and you want to now ideate off of that. Hey, that's a really good idea, but I really want to focus on this thing. Then you can go back and forth with it to get it fine-tuned and go, okay, that's great. Now I can say, hey, can you turn this into a script that I can shoot a video with? Sure. All right, now you've got a script. You can grab it, look at it, hold your phone up. Hey, here's the thing. I'm doing a video about LinkedIn so you can be a better whatever. And you're just reading the script that this has helped you generate. But you have been the thought person behind the prompt. You've thought about the prompt with lots of detail and intentionality so that the results of that prompt are going to give you the results that you want. All right? The most important part of AI for me and you as business owners and operators is being good at this part. This is the part. If you can get good at prompting, you can use AI highly effectively in your business. It will help you generate brand guides. It'll help you generate marketing plans. It'll help you generate social media strategies. It'll help you develop marketing calendars. It'll help you develop emails to generate leads. It'll help you evaluate your business expenses, how things are going, where you're leaking revenue, where you need to plug. It'll help you tremendously if you get good at this. All right? The skill of AI is not programming or coding or language. It's communication. The future of AI and the future of business is not the people who are gifted at coding and programming, although I run a coding and programming business. The people who are going to own the space are people who are good communicators with AI to get the output that you want, right? As AI gets better, as it gets more sophisticated, as it can do more things, the ability to get the output is the goal, right? And the way to get the output is to have really good input. That's how it works. So for you to go from where you are to where you want to get to in your business, and if AI is going to be the vehicle that helps you get there, getting good at this is what will make the difference.